right, so let's look at the dollar. The next thing is the dollar, right? So what other reason could I have for why I think we've got to get a little bit of a push up in the S&P, and that's because of the dollar. If I go to a daily chart on the dollar, and I look at this, right? There's no breakout yet. It came up to this resistance and got rejected, so it has to go lower. Okay, so this has to push lower. This has to complete the fifth wave, and that you see something like this. And I'm kind of curious that if the dollar does push this low, how the S&P is only going to get a small bump. It's only going to get pushed up to here, 4,000. I mean, it's not far away. It's only 30, 40 points right now. I mean, it could be that we could do this, you know, honestly, we could just wick all the way up to like 40, 20 and then come back in. I could see that happening. And then on the inverse side, the dollar kind of comes down and it just like wicks down here and then it reverses and then puts in the W and breaks out. I could see something like that. I think this downtrend in the dollar has to reverse for the market to make those lows that we're looking for. It just has to happen. So that's kind of the part of the basis for my theory. I just think, you know, the dollar looks like it's emming out here. Look at this, look at this M. It's basically a head and shoulders again, right? Head or shoulder, head, and the next shoulder, and the shoulder broke down, right? You're essentially getting your confirmation here on a 4-hour chart. And you could say it's an M, right? So then RSI is just here. And where does RSI point to for us? Go down. RSI points to 103, which is right around, you know, my fifth wave completion area. My fifth wave is at 102.9, and this is at 103.2. It's quite close. The other thing is gold. Gold, I want to, you know, touch base on because I think gold's going to go on a monster run here. I do think, you know, I think we're breaking out, and let's go to a monthly, right? There is possibility that gold has to break out of this monthly chart though. So right now it's still restrained by this monthly. This is your big restraint. But if you go to a weekly, the weekly doesn't look nearly as bad. It also doesn't give us that much data. So let's go to a 3-day. 3-day broke out, right? And you had this big downtrend going on since 2022 March. Took out all the lows and then it reversed. Now, if we go to a daily, you can see it's kind of like treading water up here. I would like to see a reversal in gold. I would like to see a pullback to at least the support level on a rally from the dollar, maybe even down here, to enter into long positions. Because I do believe that gold is eventually going to break out and we're going to head to new highs. This is a classic breach of the lows pattern, accumulate, take out all the stops before moving higher. You can see how gold kind of just like, you know, sat up here, and it was distribution. And then I think we came down here and this was the accumulation. And you could say that this is the like ABCD. So here's your AB and then CD is here. And where does that point to? All right, so that's 2,500 gold. I think we're going to get that sooner than people think. And this also points to 2,400. This is your big ABCD pattern. So there's your monthly chart, right? There's your high right there. And actually the low, I think the low could go to here, right? So then if that's your, the next one points to, right, that's 2,700. I think give or take, I think a good area to kind of mark is here. This 27 to 2,400 area. I think that's considered like, that'll be like the selling zone. Say 24 to 2,700. It's like your take profit. Set that. I'm gonna lock that. Save this chart. I just think this is such an important chart, and there's a lot going on that, you know, it's not a bad idea to watch it. But I don't have plans to buy gold here. I think you missed the move. The majority of the move was here. Like you basically had to, as soon as this breakout happened, you had to buy right here. You had to buy here. This was your buy. And then as soon as you hit the 8 and 9, you had to sell. And now I think this is all just distribution, and we could even fall to here, or we fall all the way down to here. And then you head up. One of those two scenarios is going to happen, but your buy was here. Not up here. It's not here. You got to be very careful now.